Did you know Mixtape Nation is also on television and airs in over 2.7 million households? If you'd like to advertise with Mixtape Nation, email us at mixtapenationtv@gmail.com.
Thanks for tuning into Mixtape Nation. Later on, we've got a video from Keith Beck's own Zigman Bird. But first, here's a live performance by Julian Cartwright.
Hang on to me like a businessman. Want me to be what you think I can be. You walk off with me in the setting sun. Want to steal someone, though it could be unreal. You hang on to me like I'm all you need. If you look within, you'd never see me. In the crowded streets, there is a queen. She sits inside your heart, she wears your ring. In the heart on the back of your head, there is a friend, and it is she. And it is she. You still hang on to me. Well, you still hang on to me. Never gonna set you free. Still hang on to me. Well, you still hang on to me. Never gonna set you free. You hang on to me like a businessman. Want me to be what you think I can be. You walk off with me in the setting sun. Want to steal someone, though it could be unreal. You hang on to me like I'm all you need. If you look within, you'd never see me. In the crowded streets, there is a queen. She sits inside your heart, she wears your ring. In the heart on the back of your head, there is a friend, and it is she. And it is she. Still hang on to me. You still hang on to me. Never gonna set you free. Still hang out with me. Still hang around with me. Can't even set you free.
Hey everybody, we're here with Julian Cartwright. Julian, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, Scott.
And I just learned a moment ago you have 10 albums online. You recorded 10 albums.
Something like that.
That's amazing. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I started recording in earnest maybe a couple of years ago, and before that I had experimented for years and failed a lot. And then I had an idea, a very clear idea, which was I wanted to make a double album with banjo, called Transportation. And from there, I just started to make records because I had some free time. Also, I'm a painter as well, so I just kind of produce a lot of material.
That's fantastic. We'll talk about the painting in a second, but tell us, your albums, at least the ones I heard, you had a full band on there because I've seen you play live, but that was solo. So
It was solo. Well, the solo is a matter of convenience, really.
Okay.
I'd prefer to play with, a band or some kind of ensemble.
Yeah.
It's really just a matter of, whatever the situation, requires, or whatever I can, sort of get together.
Sure.
So I'm not really, guitar, singer-songwriter all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just, whatever the idea is, I go with.
Well, it really worked. It really did. I mean, it works great with just you and the guitar. From what I saw, it was fantastic. I mean, the full band sounds really good too. But the stuff solo is great. But tell me a little bit about the painting. What kind of painting do you do? I just learned this now too.
Yeah, well, I do a lot of abstract paintings and drawings, mixed media things, and I just try to work, as fast as I can, and.
That's fantastic.
The same way I make albums. So
you typically just go as quickly as you can when you're writing songs and recording.
Yeah, well, methodically, not in a frenzy or anything. But
Okay.
I try to keep the ball rolling and kind of like just farm the material.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. So who are some of your influences on your records? Because you have a very intimate sound. And it's almost, at least the way I took it was it's almost like a throwback to people like Joni Mitchell and that kind of thing. It was like, I'll let you explain. What are some of your influences?
Well, I like 1972 a lot.
Yeah.
And I kind of, I grew up listening to, 60s rock, and then, I got into like, Jimi Hendrix and Captain Beefheart and stuff like that. Kind of set me on a different path. And at that time, I also heard Kronos Quartet.
Yeah.
And that got me into, avant-garde classical music. And I took that all the way into conservatory, and I studied composition. And somewhere along the line there, I started to want to write songs.
Okay.
And then I started to, get into like Joni, like later Joni and Leonard Cohen and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. So you're a classically trained guy. Like you know your scales and you know.
Well, I grew up playing violin.
Okay.
Since I was a kid, and I started playing classical guitar, and then I got this interest in composing.
Sure.
And that just hit. When I realized that I could, write music instead of just playing, Handel. I went a little bit nuts with it. I got an 8-track, recording machine, and just, the possibilities, of the blank canvas. It was just like.
So on your records, do you play, I know live, I've seen you play guitar and banjo. Do you just play those two on the records, or do you play other instruments as well?
I play everything I can on the records.
Yeah.
I play violin, I play drums, cello and bass and whatever I can, clarinet, odds and ends.
Wow.
Just to achieve whatever, idea it is. Like that first thing I mentioned, the idea of it was, banjo plus, other instruments. And other things have been completely electronic. And other things I wanted to have more of a acoustic folk sound. And I just tried to make it.
Well, my next question was, are you working on any new music? But I'm assuming you do. If you already have 10 albums, you're probably constantly working on music, right?
I'm always doing new stuff.
Yeah, you're recording new stuff?
Yeah, and I actually want to get into some wordless, music more. Pieces that I've written, when I was at conservatory. I went to Oberlin. That never really saw the light of day, and I want to release some of that material because it's still kind of in me and I haven't really showed it.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have plans to play out live? Any specific plans?
I love to perform, but I just find myself in a weird situation in New Jersey. Yeah. It's a little strange. I'm not quite in the New York scene. I'm not really quite in any scene, but I do love to perform when I can. I play, violin at certain places. I play, sing and play guitar. Whatever the situation kind of lets me do, I'll try to make it happen.
Well, the music speaks for itself. Book this guy. If anyone has any power and you're watching, book this guy because, you'll see the footage. It's great. Are there any new bands that really pique your interest?
Well, my favorite rock band has kind of always been Deerhoof because I just love their energy and I kind of like them as people, I think. I don't really know them, one-on-one, but I like to think they're very friendly and energetic people. And they also just continue to make records, like no matter what. And I say, that's what I want to do. So.
That's fantastic. Julian, thank you so much for coming out and doing this interview, man.
Thank you very much,
Yeah, it's
Scott.
great. All right.
It's my pleasure.
Here's another track from Julian.
It was a book we spent just you and me. Silent days and nights alike for being free. The time we spoke of the future, not laughing, I felt that's for me. Now I'm in the middle of two things, neither of them with you. I want to get back to the week when we roasted and knew what to do. I want to get back to that past, the one I helped to create. At last I got my wish. 1 year later I went, now I wait. Nights open to the water, sky falling like a Rembrandt. I'm looking for an everyday prayer. When I try to remember, I can't. I'm learning my lessons all in a simple way. With lessons this simple, it's difficult to be here today.
Hey everyone, we're here with Keith Beck of Zigman Bird. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you again.
All right. So I'm going to make an assumption that you dig the Beatles.
Hmm.
You dig a lot
Very
of
good
the
assumption.
psychedelic stuff.
Yeah.
And you have so just tell us a little bit about your influences of, what you used to listen to, what you're listening to now,
I grew up on the Beatles. I mean, by the time I was 5, I've heard 3 of their albums completely, and I was just hooked. I'm like, what is this? What is this? But I like the Beatles. I like Motorhead. In between there, I love Lou Reed, Robin Hitchcock, Ramones. I like stuff with a melody. That's always the Monkees. Anything that has a melody just kind of grabs me. So that's sort of the way I write too. I like to have a melody.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell in the songs, but what I liked about your songs were you grabbed like the best parts of those influences and you made interesting songs. They weren't like, okay, we've heard this Beatlesque type
Cool, yeah.
band before, where it's just like the very straightforward rock pop songs. But it works. It
That's
totally
cool.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's very cool. So, are you listening to any like newer bands now, or anything?
I'll listen to like college radio, and they play one after another, and I like some of it, but I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not following anybody. The last thing that I really liked, which is current, which is 20 years old, was like the Strokes. But what I hear on the radio, I'll like, but I don't really follow anybody or go out of my way to say that's a great album. I'll pick it up.
So, do you have any stories about any specific live experiences or any shows that really stuck out to you?
Good experiences or bad experiences?
It goes either way.
Well, one time with my old band, I told the whole audience, how can I say this nicely?
You can't.
I can't. You get the idea. I told them something, and they were just didn't want to hear anything. Didn't matter what we played, and they didn't want to hear. That's one thing. But happy things. The happier gigs are happening now, I think. I'm just in a better place, and every time I play, I learn something as a musician, as a person even. I'm learning something every gig, what to do, what not to do. And some gigs stand out. Some gigs I have no idea that I even played them. My old bandmates, sometimes I'll run into, remember we did this gig? And I'm like, no, I don't remember. Not that I was whacked out of my head, I just don't remember it. But I'm still playing. I'm doing a lot of acoustic stuff right now. Which is really good. I enjoy it because if I screw up, I can't turn around and say, well, who did that? It's me.
Sure.
It's all on me, and if I do well, it's the same thing. It's like, hey, I did that really well. It's nice.
Do you notice like a crowd reaction any differently? Like, are they easier on you when it's a solo guy as opposed to a full band playing, or?
No, I don't know. Maybe they're taking pity on me somehow. But the last gig I did was for my video Dry Tears. It was this video release of it. And the audience was really, really receptive. And I played some of the stuff from my new album, and everybody was just really into it. It was a lot of fun, and that's the way most of these acoustic gigs have been going. It's just a lot of fun.
And you're from Central Jersey, you said,
I'm
right?
from Central Jersey.
Yeah. Do you play a lot of places around there, or do you travel?
Mostly in Central Jersey. I'm trying to go anywhere. I have a couple gigs coming up actually in Pennsylvania, but they're more like a private party type of thing.
Sure.
And one of my old bands, the Chuttering Mums, getting back together for one night, and apparently it's like only like 100 seats or something, but it's sold out. So it's really nice to look forward to and jamming with those guys again. It's very positive right now for me.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's good. It's great to be positive.
Thank you so much for coming out
Hey,
to
man.
the show.
Thank you. I appreciate
All right.
it. Thanks, man. That was a great song, everyone. Wasn't it fantastic? Next, we got Keith Beck's Zigman Bird. You're going to love it. I heard it. I heard it first before you, but you're going to hear it now. Keith Beck's Zigman Bird and his song, Dry Tears.
Hold me, I need a friend somehow. I need a show of hands to prove that I am still around. I'm waiting in a doorstop. I replay all the years that have gone, picking up the tears that I've dropped. Picking up dry tears is all I ever do.
Thanks a lot for watching. You can catch us on Twitter at Mixtape Nation TV. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Mixtape Nation TV. And if you want to be on the show, give us an email, mixtapenationtv@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next week.
Always walking in a circle, but I know things could be worse. And nothing is for certain. I know things could be worse. Like a sculptor and a salesman, imagining what things could be. Not thinking things could get better when they know that things could be. Worse. But I'll be different. I'll quit stumbling. Quit thinking things could change by force.